Good morning. It is Friday, January 23rd. We are 90 days out from April 23rd, the DTD2 this week. What are we in week 2 of the year, 3 of the year? All you have to do, you can find this online. Although we said, you know what, let's make it easier. So to make it easier, it's just jammed right there at the top of your morning news. And this week you are calling your Ds and your Os and you're texting your Ps. It's just going to help you matriculate through your database. And make sure you're calling everybody, because here's what happens. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna make some calls today. And you keep starting on A. Alan Anderson has got a phone call that he doesn't want because you're calling him to check, you're checking in, following up. Those are actions we take. We don't say that out loud. Don't say that to the humans. When you call, the first thing out of your mouth shouldn't be like, hey, Lisa, it's Tim, just checking it. That as soon as you say that, and I know we're in sales, so it's like a heightened level for us. As soon as I hear anybody say they're calling to check in, or calling to follow up is terrible, because don't say that. Just give me storyboard my next action as the consumer. So never say checking in or following up. That's like cat gag verbiage, and that's going to cause them to. And this is what you didn't want. I don't want to call my people and sound salesy, Timmy. Well, here's how you avoid that. Don't, right? Call and have an actual conversation. And then when you stay in touch with them, because don't forget the DTD2, I think people think I got to make phone calls and I got to call all the people all the time. No. The DTD2 pulls you through each initial once per quarter. You're going to talk to your humans 4 times a year. Now, if you're like, well, I'm a Talkosaurus Rex, I'm going to talk to my people more than that. Cool. And you can't stray from the other stuff you should be doing in your 36 Connect. There's a lot to it. And I know most of you are probably looking for your pants and your dignity right now. And I love that about you. We had a fantastic time last night. Jimmy's Jazz Club, beautiful downtown Portsmouth. The staff outdid themselves. We are blessed to have great teammates here at KWCLM. And it was our first year there. You know, we had 3rd floor, stage floor. We had 4th floor mezzanine. We decided to use Call Multiplier. You'll be getting a text from Call Multiplier relatively soon about Monday. If you're reading the Chiron at the bottom of the morning news, I'm sort of jumping the headline here. We will be closed on Monday due to the storm. We will be closed on Monday due to the storm. Now, what does that mean? That means the entirety of the staff will be home and safe. Access to the buildings with your, what if you're punching in a code or swiping your dongle, if you have one of those, to get into whatever building you choose to. I don't think anybody's been going anywhere. I think the wide swath for most of our geographic footprint of where we live and serve, we're in the 12 to 18. It could be maybe it's just going to be rain. I don't think it's going to be rain. It's going from like Texas to Greenland too soon. So it's a pretty big storm, and I think we're going to get a decent amount. So the executive decision has been made by the important people, Reed Cayley. We'll be doing that on Monday. So staff will not be available. I shouldn't say they won't be available. They'll be available to their families, safe at home. And the buildings, the campus, technically closed, although if you need to, for whatever reason, put on your snowshoes to head down and print, I would recommend that you stay home and do whatever you need to do in preparation for all of that by Saturday, because it starts midday Sunday. I knew we'd eventually get to doing weather on this. I love this. I'm going to get a green screen. It's in the budget for 2028. I'm going to see if Nathan can roll that up. Be back there talking about high pressure. It's going to be great. So that's the sub headline for the day for sure, is that we will be closed on Monday, and you'll get more information. There'll be an email, there'll be a text. We're going to tell you 7 different ways to Sunday, so you don't forget that we'll be unavailable. Staff will be home and safe, as we wish that you would choose to be home and safe during the storm as you see fit. And again, the campus will be closed. Doors will not be readily open, but if you have your passcode or if you have a dongle, maybe you have a dongle. Some of us have these. Here's my little tiny dongle. However you get into the building, you'll still have access. I just don't think anybody's actually going to be out. Probably not your best bet. Not the greatest idea. All that being said, we're here today. We're wrapping up. Tomorrow's going to be cold. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. But it's sunny today. It's relatively nice out today, which is great. Also a great day to probably recover from the party last night if you enjoyed yourself. We loved having everybody. We're going to get into it today. You've got Fight Club. If you're jumping in there, we might have our lowest attendance ever. You'd be like, well, that would have to be less than 0. That's a possibility. Fight Club is happening. It happens every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Safe space to go in and just have the conversations, the interactions, whatever you're doing to induce more conversations so you can connect with your people, not check in and follow up, but just have that conversation with them. Find out what they're doing. I mean, it's a great time. It really is a great time. Here are your calls today. It's in preparation, right? Asking, just asking people if they know anybody that might need assistance. Now, I have to imagine if you've got a friend and they've got a neighbor and she's an octogenarian and she's going to need help getting shoveled out, they'll probably do it as a neighborhood. But again, hey, me and my team are just calling around, seeing if anybody is food insecure, fuel insecure, might need some help with snow removal once the storm ends. That's an easy call to make. Absolutely from service, right? Service first, sales second. Head down, heart up. Call today and be like, hey, do you want to shoehorn in an investment property before the snowpocalypse? Nobody's going to want to do that. We're New Englanders. Everybody's out. Got to get your bread and your milk, kid. Oh God. Anyway, I just don't understand. Like, if the world ends, are we making like bread smoothies? Like, what is the infatuation with the bread and milk? I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing because if you go to any store right now, gone. I don't get it. Anyway, also at 9:00, and I'm getting lambasted for this. 9:00 today, we are doing session 8 of Ignite, and it's capturing more leads with social media. And I didn't want to bug anybody coming off the party last night. Be like, which agent can I ask to teach the day after the party? Because people are going to be smoked. Most of the kids are in beautiful downtown Portsmouth waking up in their hotel, which is wonderful for you after a night of celebration. So I said, I'll do it. And Kirsten, Ashley, they're all like, what? What? And truth be told, listen, I'm only on FaceBase, so I'm connected to you guys, so I can do this kind of stuff. My wife posts, and then like she tags me, and then I accept it. And look at anything on my Facebook page. It's Janina posting, and me just saying, sure, we're married. I believe her. Instagram, I think my last Instagram post, December of 2018. So am I active on social media? I consume. I don't contribute. I'm the last guy you want to be on the island with. He's just eating. So in the grand scheme of things, we're going to talk a lot about concept today when it comes to social media. We're going to talk about strategy today when it comes to social media. One of my teammates is threatening to join me. And if she does, she's probably going to be more helpful. I'm not saying I won't be helpful. And honestly, the Ignite stuff is really just about the consistency of, if that's your thing you're going to do, how do we do it in a consistent way that we add value and build relationships? And that's the conversation today. So that's capturing leads with social media. Today at 9:00, you will go to KellerIgnite.com for that. Click the Zoom link. It's in the morning news. It's just that simple. Today at 1:00, for those of you that are daring to join me, we're going to have a midday protocol. We're going to talk about what you did or didn't do this morning and yesterday afternoon to add more conversations, add more appointments, and more signed contracts. The 3 lead indicators that tell us how we're doing, where we're going. And then at 1:30, your Sage brokers. And we celebrated so many numbers last night. And, we talked a lot about being so grateful for the entirety of the staff, me and all my teammates, and the things that are going on behind the scenes. And it's the same thing for you with your clients, right? You've got your clients, and they don't know half the stuff that you're doing to make sure they get to the closing table. all the stuff you're doing to fight for their better interest. And that can also escalate up, right? We're right behind you. You chose to come play here to have a team like this to make sure it all happens. And we talked about, Colin and the entirety of his team are, we call them KWCLM Trinidad. You've got Jordana and Nicole and Aisha. And also in Trinidad, you've got RT. She works with the MCA department. So the people that are helping your paperwork make sense. So the compliance department then says, yes, they're legal. And then you can get paid by the MCA department. Not to mention the rest of the staff. Melanie, Christina, Kirsten. We have to help Nathan with that every time. Fantastic operations staff at all of our offices. But the brokers, I mean, Alice got celebrated 15 times last night, as she should. She's our mass broker. You've got Jason and Jen covering Vermont. You've got Tom covering New Hampshire, Mass, and Maine. I think, yeah. And then Jason and Jen also New Hampshire and Maine. The best brokers on the planet, on the marble. And you've got access. I don't know who it's going to be. Could be Thomas. Could be Jason. But today at 1:30 and every Friday at 1:30, it's back to basics, KWCLM forms, right? Just sharpen up a little bit before you go into the weekend. And the other cool thing that happened yesterday, if you missed it, and if you did, we'll see you there next year because I think based on the feedback we got last night, we will definitely be back at Jimmy's. For sure. We were fortunate enough, we extended the invitation to KT Temple, who's our, for lack of a better term, he's been our virtual market center tech trainer. And he's in North Carolina. Well, he and his lovely wife, Jessica, moved to New Jersey. She just got a gig in New Jersey with Keller. They are Keller royalty, by the way, if you don't know the Temple name. His father, Kent Temple, won the President's Award last year in Vegas at Family Reunion, it's the biggest trophy in the building. Fantastic family. So now they're in Jersey, a little bit closer. KT is now regional tech trainer for Northern. I'm pointing like is it there? No, wait, north. It's like that way. So he's regional tech trainer for Northern New York now, and our conversation last night was texting with them this morning. They're a member of the Market Center, so you're going to see them hopefully pop up for the golf tournament in May, come to the summer event we have at the Pavilion in August, those kind of social events. But his face is also going to be in the classroom now because we can make that make a little bit more sense where he's not coming from the Carolinas, but he's coming from beautiful downtown Jersey. We're really blessed with a lot of great people. And most of all, the fact that you decide to wake up and play with us. Because listen, look at this. I'm going to speak for me. I can't pull everybody else into this one. I know I look stupid. We're not foolish. We know that you guys are getting phone calls left, right, and center. People are calling you. And I'll die on this hill. Most of those conversations, in an effort to lure you away, I'm using that, very predatory, I know. In an effort to lure you away, those are, I promise you this, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to promise you this. It is a list of promises, top to bottom. Aspirational promises. Carol, if you come play with us, we're going to go ding, 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 ding. And they're going to tell you, they're going to promise you a bunch of stuff where we will stand 10 toes down on truths. I mean, you come in and have these conversations with us. We're not going off left, right, and center with, we'll tell you like it is. This is heavy lifting. If you've been here for more than 27 minutes, you know this is heavy lifting. But you choose an environment like this because of the ability to look to your left, look to your right, and have somebody you can talk to. Most local brokerages, not all, I'm not going to make sweeping indictments. It's Friday. I'm not in the mood. Most local brokerages have a broker. And I appreciate that. Maybe they only serve one state, and I'm not making fun of them. I'll do that later off camera. In principle, if you think about it, our owner broker, Nathan Dickey, managing broker, Jennifer Vashon, Jason Westcott, Tom Heaney, Alice Kabaki. You've got 5 brokers that you have access to on a regular basis. You're a text or a phone call away from the right answer. And if there's anything new, and I can't make sweeping statements. If there's anything new, they might say to you, "Give me a second, let me look into that." But if we stacked the years of experience, I'm picking on Tom and Alice right now. If we stack the years of experience, it's obnoxious. And that's just the what do I do if something goes sideways and I don't know what to do? There's where you measure your greatness. Who are the sages in your building that answer the questions? And there's a gap that'll never be shrunk by some of these other offices because they're not doing the business that you're doing. Our brokers are inherently more brilliant because of the level of, this is a French term, it'll be on the quiz later, bullshittery they have to deal with. I mean, and I'm not saying that we're like just the deals, the constant stuff every day that they're answering, digging into, fixing, adjusting, going to bat for you on. And it's not that we're perfect. Far from it. But we're going to get the right answer for you. JV was going through the $2 billion. Over $2 billion last year. There are brokerages in New England that haven't even read a book with that number in it. You guys did that last year. This is who you are. And this is why we're in a position as a staff to constantly make sure we're being a better version of ourselves every day so we can earn the right for you to wake up and decide, I'm going to go play with them again today. So we're super grateful. One of the coolest things about last night and this event as a whole is watching some people go to the event for their first time ever. There's sort of a what moment. And truth be told, when we're reading off names, we're not throwing up individual stats. But before we start the category, you know this is 200 to 250 units and XYZ, gross commission income. You know what window they're in. But one of the most stunning things from last night is we skipped from double platinum and went to quadruple platinum. We didn't even have triple platinum. People were like, nah, did it last year. I'm bored. I'm going to quadruple platinum. Think about the amount of families you helped last year. And the power of our office and the ability to do it over and over and over again. So if you missed it last night, I'm just going to ask you, I guess we should figure out the date because I can tell you what it is. You know how it's always the second Thursday of May for Red Day? It's historically the third Thursday in January. I just don't know what the date is off the top of my head. Kaylee will probably, once she gets out of jail, no, she didn't. It was for safety. I'm joking. They're at the hotel. Kaylee will get that date figured out when we talk to Jimmy's Jazz Club and figure out what next year looks like. But it's probably going to be close to the third Thursday in January because we need the numbers from December so we can celebrate the entirety of the year. A lot of people are like, why is it not before the holidays? Because that's a disaster, first of all. And we don't have all the numbers. That's why it's always been in January. If you missed it last night, plan on being there next year. If you are happy yet not satisfied with the category you fell into, I'm thrilled for you. You should be happy. We have to take a second to celebrate everything we do. And I love that events like last night create a hunger. That's important. And yes, you can be looking around and being like, oh God, right behind her. He just beat me. That's cool. And the co-opetition of our office is the healthiest thing we have. The only person you should compete with is you. What can you do to be 1% better? That could start today. Maybe you're still coming out of a fog from last night. Maybe you're not. Hey, maybe you're up and working. Whatever it is, whatever today looks like, stay warm Saturday, stay safe in the snow Sunday and Monday. But whatever the next few days, weeks, months, quarters look like for you, just chunk it down. Great book, Brian Moran, The 12-Week Year. Just fractionalize what you need to do. The biggest challenge is we will overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5. And I know this sounds like a platitude from a recovery program, but just take it one day at a time. Give yourself grace. Life's going to get in the way. We have our responsibilities, families and loved ones to take care of. Don't let it be you that jams you up. And if we take a chance to sit back and examine our schedule and how we're getting off track and what's causing that confusion, it's usually us, and that's okay. Admitting it and moving forward and putting things into place to defend your quiet, put a moat around you and your business. So when you are in your KW minutes or hours each day, just beat the crap out of those. If you go on the morning news right now, and I change this every year, underneath the KWikStart, it says consistency over intensity. I want people to think about that this year. I don't need 24 hours. You know, I worked 23 and a half hours Thursday. If you want to do a banger once a week, have at it. And in my humble experience, that's not a long-term play. Just set aside some time, 9 to 11, Fight Club, set aside some time each day to make sure your face is doing what your schedule says it's doing. And then just do it again tomorrow. I promise you this. Like I'm never going to do it because I'm going to leave it there. But the temptation for me to pull Fight Club on Friday on purpose, just to remind everybody, if you really get rolling, and I know there's veteran agents out there that are starting the knowing nod from the infomercial. He's right. Marge, he's right. Monday through Thursday, beat the crap out of your morning. Have your conversations. Put your social media together. Stuff your envelopes. And at some point down the line, you'll be able to pull that 5th day of lead gen because you'll be at walkthroughs. You'll be at closings. 48, 52 a year? I don't know. That's up to you. That's not going to be you admittance by yourself. Tell her I said hi. She looks great. You could build a team to do that. That's what business planning clinic's all about when we get to the organizational model. That's a lot of work. How would I do that alone? You won't. And yet, you saw last night, look at the individuals that crushed it. We have individual agents who are helping 30, 40 families a year. I don't say that so you reflect and have this moment of self-judgment. I'm just telling you what's possible. You know damn well there's a better version of you for 2026. And maybe you've spent most of the month of January doing a soft launch. And I am not, I just print the shirts. I'm not here to tell you how to run your business. I'm here to offer best practices. Hyper-focused in the morning, doing the right thing consistently. Let your afternoons be for appointments. And if you don't have appointments, go back to lead gen. If you don't want to go back to lead gen, go home and be with your loved ones. Because when you got here, you said, you know what? I'm joining real estate. I'm going to be in control of my calendar and my bank account. And yet we find ourselves being employees, complaining we don't have enough time off or enough money. Change that for you. For the people that bet on you to step into this industry, which is scary at times. The person who's going to set it right, the person who's going to put it back on track is staring right at me right now. So get started today if I can help with any of that. If anybody on the staff can help, just reach out. That's what we're here for. 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. I'll see you in just about 45 seconds over in Ignite for social media. Have a great day.